duodenum dynamics. We have the guts to make progress.
Welcome back. Give a warm welcome to our special guest, Marcello Lachuro. Hi, Marcello. So tell me something about your work.
Well, first of all, Jimmy, let me say I'm so glad to be here tonight with everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming, by the way. I'm a myologist. I study the function and structure of the muscles. And so instead of me talking tonight, I prepared a video that will show you everything you need to know. Let's see.
Hey you! Do you want to learn how your muscles work? Alright, then let's begin! Did you know that we have more than 600 muscles in our bodies? Muscles do everything from pumping blood through your body to help you lift your heavy backpack. Now, in some cases, you may control some of these muscles, but there are others, like your heart, that do their jobs without you even thinking about it at all. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so first of all, let's look at the three types of muscles: smooth, cardiac, and skeletal. Smooth muscles are involuntary muscles, which means you cannot control them. As you can see, smooth muscles can be found in your bladder or in your stomach. And now, yes, you guessed it right, we are gonna talk about the cardiac muscle. And this is how it works. Let's dive in. The human heart is made out of 4 chambers: the right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle.
Deoxygenated.
Blood travels into the heart through the right atrium, which is right here. Then it gets pumped into the right ventricle. After that, it goes up to the pulmonary vein, which is somewhere back here. And then, after that, the blood travels to the lungs to get oxygenated. Once it gets oxygenated, it goes into the heart through the left atrium. It gets pumped into the left ventricle, and then after that, it gets pumped up, and it goes through the aorta to be distributed to the body. After the blood comes back into the heart, the whole cycle starts again, and this is how the cardiac muscle works. So, yeah. What do you think of when you hear the word muscle? People usually tend to think about big arms or big legs. Well, this type of muscle is called skeletal muscle. It's the type of muscle we can see, we can flex, and yes, it gets bigger if you work out. Good job, Chris. Now, how are muscles, tendons, and bones related? Well, it's pretty simple. These 3 work together to create movement. Muscle pulls on the tendon pulls on the bone, and that creates movement. Now, let's say you wanted to bend a limb or something. Well, you would use these muscles that we like to call flexors and extensors. Flexors bend the limb by flexing the muscle. And obviously, well, you know it, the extensors extend the limb by flexing the muscle. Now, muscle contractions are really complex, so I'm gonna try to explain it in a really easy way. So we begin at a muscle. If we cut out a little part of the muscle, and inside of it we find a bundle of muscle fibers, and if we look at a single muscle fiber, inside of it we are gonna find many myofibrils. If we look at a single myofibril, we will see that it's made out of lots and lots of sarcomeres. Now, sarcomeres are determined by the distance between the C disc and another C disc. So this is a C disc and this is a C disc. In other words, if this is a C disc and this is a C disc, then the sarcomere is the space in between. Inside the sarcomere, we have actin and myosin. When the muscle is relaxed, myosin charges its levels of ATP, which is energy. When you want to flex a muscle, your brain sends signals to the myosin and tells it to connect to the actin and pulse on it, creating a shorter space between the C disc and the C disc. This contraction causes all the sarcomeres to come together, to come closer together, and that causes the muscle contraction.
Facial muscles don't attach directly to the bone like they do in the rest of the body. Instead, many of them attach under the skin. This allows you to contract your facial muscles just a tiny bit and make dozens of different kinds of faces.
And now, we are gonna talk about a deadly topic. Muscle fatigue. Your muscles use something called ATP as an energy source. ATP is created in two ways. The first one is by relying on an aerobic metabolism, using oxygen. That is why athletes that train at higher altitudes get a faster supply of ATP to the muscles. The other form of getting energy is by the anaerobic way, which is when the body breaks down sugars to help the ATP production. The anaerobic way is mostly used by athletes who use the energy in short amount of time, like sprinting.
That's right.
Keep moving, Timmy.
When you exercise way too much, your muscles get to the point where they cannot gather enough energy.
Marcello, that was such an informative video. Congratulations. Looks like you put a lot of time in it. Thank you all for coming, guys. Thanks.
A Duodenum Incorporated production.